should be, in part because of the whole, everything's racist, so some people go a bit too far in the opposite direction and defend shit that is legitimately racist. It doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But the alt-right, again, it's a broad tent. It has everyone from Mike Cernovich to Judd to the Storm, fucking Daily Stormer lunatic. Of course there are. And the broader a group, the bigger a tent for a group, the more nuts there are because it's broad. I mean, I'm a fucking libertarian. I know about nuts in a group.
You do. Yes, indeed.
Oh, man. No, yeah, there's nuts. But yeah, the more fringe and the more broad a group, the more nuts there are.
I might have finally gotten the hang of it.
Finally, how long has this been running? There's no way to tell in here, is there?
Not exactly. Alright, so this is live. Alright, let's see.
Good.
Do we look like we're coming through?
I'm not sure. I don't have the link.
I messaged it to you.
I'm not seeing.
Okay, I'll go to Facebook. And send it
there.
Because I sent the message through Google Hangouts. I'll try.
Yeah, I've got the message thing open in Hangouts. Nothing's coming through.
Alright, we'll just go through Facebook, see if that works.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Next thing we know, it's been fucking blacklisted on every website ever for political subversion or something. Yeah,
we're edgy like that.
No message received. Fucking oath.
Alright, sent through Facebook.
Oh, there we go. Now it's, now it should be. There we go!
Rain and
Let's check.
Rain and forecast for Spanaway. Stay dry. Oh yeah. I live in Washington. It rains all the fucking time, man.
Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay. Am I distorted or is it just sounding like that from the YouTube thing? I'm hearing distortion.
I am hearing a bit of a distortion.
Okay, let me tell you.
In fact,
I talk calmly.
Like some Connor dude is saying, it sounds glitchy like the Matrix.
I guess I might not just be problems with let's see.
While I'm streaming this, I'll be the.
Maybe.
Do we at least sound intelligible?
Let's see. Well,
I mean, we might sound kind of glitchy, but do people at least understand what we're saying? Oh, shit. Well, shit. This is gonna be a bit of an issue. Might have.
I would come to the distorted. Mike, how much more distorted on your end, or is it just...
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound like you do sound distorted on my end, which is... What is that?
Was that sounding like that before we started the stream?
No, it seems like it seems like it started afterwards.
Okay, so we something.
Well, then again, I mean, like, it might have something... I'm not sure how this is...
I've got Mike about as far away from me as I can, and I'm talking quietly. Am I still sound very weird?
Yeah, you still sound weird, man, but, let me think. Hey, you sound better now.
Okay, maybe it was because I had the stroke and I just closed it now and... Okay.
Yeah. Let me see what happens if I do this. Okay.
I am talking.
Okay.
Does it sound fine?
I can. It still sound kind of distorted, but I can still make out what you're saying. I don't know about everyone else, though. I don't know about everyone else. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. This isn't really the distortion of the mic.
I'm not sure how well you can. I'm not sure how well that's gonna do anything, but yeah.
I doubt it. I'm not. Well, if I wasn't sound distortion before, then it's not because I'm overloading the mic, so this would do nothing. I'm an idiot. I'm a retard.
Yeah, we're both. No, at least we're both. At least we're both guilty of that. At least we're both guilty of that. All right.
Right.
Put this away so I don't get distracted by you. Okay. All black and nothing else. No video. All black and nothing else. Huh.
Fucking oath, man!
Let me see. Okay, give me some credit. The fact we were able to get this to work at all. Connor, give me some credit.
I'm giving you credit.
It's our one viewer.
Right.
Yeah, say, wow, this is a disaster like Sonic 06.
Oh, that's... Okay. Oh, you can't fucking see, can he? Fuck! That's not cool. That's not fucking cool. Sorry, that's the worst. That's horrible and evil.
I don't think you can. Okay, look, we at least got some audio. I think that's the fact we were able to get this to work. I think that's an accomplishment, especially considering both of us know fuck all how to do this. And I just basically...
I wouldn't even know how to start!
I basically just Jimmy rigged my way through this.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. Hey, that's...
All the water drinking is taking its time.
Alright, you go do that. Seriously, a disaster like Sonic 06. What does that? Oh, this is an exam. Oh. Oh, at least now we got two people watching, although I think I can guess that the second person watching is Sam. Yeah, well, yippee, Connor, I don't really care what Nash thinks. Oh, wait. Oh, I know what you mean. Never mind that.
Still not working?
Just trying to figure out as far as I can... I'm gonna figure out if I can get the camera thing to work.
Well, on the plus side, this is fun, and if we can get the technical issues to work, we should do this again at some point.
Oh yes, most definitely. Definitely, this is a...
This is the real chance to get past the technical issues. Oh.
Okay, Connor. Sam is a Kiwi that is sometimes my bisexual lover.
Mate, I'm bisexual all the time. That wasn't even a joke. You're not my type, but I'm bisexual.
And you are a Kiwi.
Yes, I am. That part's true as well. As I said, but that's obvious from my accent, but then it's distorted, and the person watching is probably an American, so they're probably a bit an Aussie.
So yeah, I'd be like to most Americans. I mean, like, you try and ask them to tell the difference between a New Zealander and an Australian, we'll say, what's the difference?
And to be fair, it's understandable because you guys don't hear either accent all that often.
Well, I mean, like, you gotta give us credit. Our only exposure to Australia and Steve Irwin and Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, they're the stereotypes. Well, what was I going to try and say?
Wait, that's not true. There's also Chris Hemsworth.
Who everyone forgets is an Aussie. I forgot he was an Aussie.
Really?
What the fuck? So, okay, so I'm scrolling through my Facebook timeline and I see this. Female streamer uses Zelda sword as vibrator during live stream gets permanently banned.
Oh my fuck. Oh my god. How do you find this shit? Dude, how do you find this?
A page I like linked it. I just linked it in the chat.
Oh, Sam, I'm gonna...
Disclaimer, we have learned that the stream did not actually take place on Twitch. It was broadcast on an adult webcam.
Okay.
You can see the article is... okay, this... Oh, wait, the article was satire, but there is apparently a video that is real, and I'm not going to get that video.
Neither am I. I'm not watching it either. I mean, like, I would... Oh, why would you use a Zelda sword? I mean, like, that's... I can't imagine that...
She's dressed as Link too, and it's the fucking Master Sword. I'm just going off the picture, to be clear. I don't even see a video. But, it's one of those websites where it has the article on multiple pages.
Uh-huh.
Because most of the fucking site is taken up by ads.
Okay, fixed it. Okay.
It's static.
I fixed it. Sort of.
I hear a lot. Okay, there we go. It was static on your end, and it's on now.
Yeah, that was my, that's still, this is coming from me still trying to Jimmy rig this.
Oh, yes, right.
Next, okay, after this, I'm gonna look up YouTube videos on how to do this right.
Good idea. The first one can have technical problems, but the next one needs to be technically problem-free.
Which I should have... oh my god, I'm wondering why didn't I do that sooner? Well, Brett, it's cause you're an ass.
I can't even assume you had some basic experience, I'm gonna be honest.
So we're both... Okay, so we're both... I guess we should just be thankful...
Never assume.
I think we should just be thankful that neither one of us have Red Foreman for a dad. Dude, what have you been smoking? What have you been smoking, man?
Nothing. This fucking shitty flat has fucking black mold in it.
Oh, yeah.
The landlord was going to deal with it, but, yeah, that's why I've got a cough at the moment, is because they haven't dealt with it just yet.
Well, everyone's coughing out here because we got flu season.
Lovely. The best time of the year.
Oh yeah, it's great, especially if you have a job that says don't show up to work, you don't get paid.
Oh, lovely.
Yep.
No sick leave, huh? No, it's not much.
Yeah, whatever. You know something funny? Washington, as liberal as it is, I mean, it looks like Washington. It looks like a blue state, but that's it. It only looks blue state. We're only a blue state because of the unholy trinity of Olympia County, Pierce County, and King County. And guess which city is in King County? Take a guess.
Which city? What county?
King County.
I cut out. Sure.
Okay, we got three. We got three.
I'm not sure.
Okay, the largest voting bloc in Washington is basically made up of basically made up of Olympia County, Pierce County, where I live, and King County. Every other county in the state votes Republican. Now try and guess what city would be in at least one of those. It's the only city people think of. It's the only city people think of when they think of Washington.
DC.
No. No. Seattle.
That's different. I'm thinking wrong. I don't know.
It's Seattle. Seattle, dumbass.
Oh, right, Seattle. Duh. You said Washington. I think Washington DC. Yeah. I was thinking right, Seattle.
Yeah, I live in Washington State. Yeah.
I'm a dumbass Kiwi.
Yeah. It's all because of we look like a blue state, all because of fucking Seattle. They got the largest voting bloc in the state.
Hipsters, shitty grunge, fucking turning the state blue. Seattle has a lot to answer for.
Yeah, if it weren't for Seattle, Washington would be a red state.
For the record, I already hate Seattle because I hate pretty much all grunge apart from Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains.
Yeah, Alice in Chains is the shit. What, you even hate Soundgarden?
Fuck yes. Yeah, I hate Soundgarden.
I mean, I can understand if you think Nirvana is overrated.
I don't think. Well, I do think Nirvana is overrated. I also think that Kurt Cobain was the least talented frontman in rock history, more or less. Soundgarden, I don't like the sound.
You don't like the sound? So it's not the band. It's Chris Cornell then.
And large part, although I liked him on Tears Like a Dog, I think is a great record. But his voice on everything else sounds like shit, and I don't really like the melodies and lyrics and shit for Soundgarden. I don't think they're particularly good band.
Audio Slave too?
I don't like his voice on Audio Slave. If I had a singer whose voice I'd like Audio Slave. There are a lot of singers that people love that I don't like. Like, I don't. For the most part, I can't stand Robert Plant.
So not a big Led Zeppelin guy.
No, Robert Plant always sounds kind of whiny and nasal. He never used enough distortion on the rock stuff. And also, I'm not a big Jimmy Page fan.
Really?
Yeah, his solos get kind of boring. I love John Paul Jones, though, great bass player, and Led Zeppelin wrote some great songs, but
and also you gotta like John Bonham if you're into drums.
John Bonham, I respect John Bonham more than I think like the jazzy rock drummers like Ian Pace from Deep Purple or that sort of thing. I respect Bonham, but it was a bit unsubtle for me, you know. He was good though, but...
Yeah. Something I always notice with classic rock drummers is the top three are always made up of John Bonham, Keith Moon, and Neil Peart.
Yeah. I like Neil Peart. Keith Moon's fine. I wish I liked the Moon more because I like Dolce's voice a lot and he still was a great bass player. But something about Townsend's guitar style kind of bugs me. In a lot of cases. Well, they have some great songs and stuff, but yeah. I'm more of a fan of...
I still love I love Baba O'Reilly, even though CSI New York beat that song to the ground.
Baba O'Reilly is great. Won't Get Filled Again is great.
Even if CSI beat those songs into the ground, they're still good.
They had a few albums that I like a lot.
Tommy.
Just overall.
Fucking Tommy, man.
Tommy is great. Who's Next is great. Quadrophenia is pretty solid. And there's one or two others. And that's more than most artists have for great albums, but
I mean like Tommy basically invented the concept album.
When did Tommy? I'm looking at when Tommy came out because I'm sure. Mainstream for sure. It was.
Well, I think it was.
Tommy
it was in the. Well, I don't know.
Was Tommy.
Let me check. Who?
Because the Beatles had some concept on the first Tommy.
I don't know. My dad said there was this one band that had a. What was the name of that album? It was. Turn of a Friendly Drink.
I have that album somewhere.
My dad says that Turn of a Friendly Card was basically the first concept album ever, but I mean, come on, Tommy, that predates Turn of a Friendly Card.
Tommy was 69. It would have been the first rock opera, but the first concept album was. Let's look it up.
I guess you could make the argument that that's Sgt. Pepper. I suppose you can make it first. I mean, it would be. I mean, like, Sgt. Pepper's by today's standards would qualify as a concept album, wouldn't it?
Pepper's, according to Wikipedia, Sgt. Pepper's is often considered first. Frank Sinatra in the 40s and 50s had what? That's where it came from, was where he had concepts loosely by the mood and style rather than telling a story. So they have to tell a story, they can be linked like thematically or something as well, but we tend to associate it with rock or pop music that's telling a narrative. Which is basically, it's the rock equivalent. It's considered to be a contemporary equivalent of Song Cycle.
Here's a little gem. Connor says, please put the nerve symbol on the screen. Dude, I'm still trying to figure out how this works, so, like I said, cut me some slack. Alright, I mean, like, as one concept album I've been kind of interested in checking out is Judas Priest Nostradamus. I mean, like, it sort of has...
I haven't read that one.
Well, it kind of has this weird reputation within the Judas Priest fan base, because a lot of hardcore Judas Priest fans, they don't like that album, but here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. The band told them, we're making a power metal rock opera, bruh. So if you're not into that, you're not gonna like this.
Yeah, it's my favorite Priest album. I like Priest. I like them. They're not one of my favorites, but I like them quite a lot.
I got Hellbound for Leather, British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, Painkiller, Defenders of the Faith, and Redeemer of Souls. My
favorite of theirs is Sad Winds of Destiny.
Sad Winds of Destiny is good. It's got the Ripper. You should own that album. Yeah, you should. The Ripper is the only. The Ripper's the primary reason to own that album.
For me, it's Victims of Changes and Dreamer, Deceiver, and Deceiver. Dreamer, Deceiver is my favorite song of these.
Oh wait, actually, speaking of Ripper, I got the one good album they did with Tim Ripper Owens, Jugulator.
Which one was that? Oh yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah, I mean like. I mean, I can understand Demolition. That one is a shitty album, but Jugulator, I mean, like, oh my god. I mean, Priest is doing everything they can to whitewash that album. They will not admit that it ever happened.
I mean, I'll be honest here. I'm one of those guys who will give credit where it's due. Just like, if it's certain lineup is hated, I won't hate it just because. Like, my favorite Black Sabbath era, or one of them, was the Tony Martin era.
Really?
And Black Sabbath tried to pretend that didn't happen. But it's a damn good era.
Really?
That's one of my favorites.
It always
I like to see this bit.
yeah, at least you've got something outside the Ozzy Osbourne and Ronnie James Dio eras.
Yeah, and I like both those eras, but the Tony Martin era had some cool stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I gotta wonder if Iron Maiden does the same thing with the Blaze Bayley era.
Well, that era was pretty lamentable. There were a couple of good songs from that era, but
here's the thing. And here's the thing, and this was what Razorfist says. How many of the good Blaze Bayley songs sound better when Bruce Dickinson sings them?
Yeah, good point.
Kind of. Well, that's kind of the thing. I mean, like when Paul Di'Anno was singing, the songs were built around his voice. When they got Bruce in, songs were built around his voice. They did not do that for Blaze.
Yeah, and that's part of why that lineup doesn't work. So Blaze's voice was never bad, but just
well, the thing is, like
he didn't have that style.
Yeah, Blaze Bayley he's not a bad singer, but he's only good in like one kind of register, so he needs a band and producer to protect him.
And they were writing songs for fucking Bruce's master's register. Have you ever fucking tried to sing an Iron Maiden song along with it? Like, it's fucking killer. The behinds in that are insane. Like, Hello Be Thy Name, for example.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, oh, man.
That song just jumps.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, hell, I would even say, like, Bruce isn't all that good when he tries doing songs that Paul did. I mean, like, I've checked out the live
Bruce doesn't work.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I've checked out a live video of Maiden doing Prowler with Bruce. And compared to...
that's bad.
Yeah, and compared to Paul, doesn't sound as good. I mean, like, Bruce isn't... It's not bad, but it's just, like, this song was made for Paul.
Exactly. Bruce is my preferred singer for Maiden, although I love Di'Anno, don't get me wrong. But Bruce singing with Di'Anno just sounds weird. Although I'm kind of in a weird place with my favourite Maiden. Like, I don't have a favourite era out with the Di'Anno and Bruce ones. Oh, fuck, I'm blanking on his name.
Blaze Bayley.
No. Guitarist. He was only on like the first album. He's my favourite Iron Maiden guitarist.
Adrian Smith. No, not Adrian Smith. Dennis Stratton.
Yes, Stratton is my favourite Iron Maiden guitarist.
And didn't he only like play on the first one?
Yeah, and his solos on that were amazing.
True. If you want to hear,
it's hilarious hearing him tell stories.
If you want to hear an amazing,
if you listen. Sorry.
You go.
If you listen to Stratton tell it, one of the reasons he got out of Iron Maiden was because he liked the Eagles.
Wow, that's funny. Okay, yeah. If you want to hear like a really amazing guitar solo, this is one of the best guitar solos I've seen in metal. It's a Wasp song called "Wasted White Boys." It's got this it's got this minute-long guitar solo at the end. It just sounds phenomenal.
I am looking this up to listen to later. I don't. Metal isn't one of my genres, but I don't go. Like, I'm not a metalhead, but I like some metal, and some of the metal groups I like aren't necessarily like the mainstream ones either. But like, I'm not obsessed with. It's not a genre I'm obsessed with, but yeah. So,
here's something. Connor said ELO is also good. The only ELO song I know is, what was it, Blue Sky whatever? I don't even know.
I don't like ELO. I'm not an ELO fan.
I only know that one song, and even that doesn't make me a fan.
ELO are right, they're very much that poppy, typical, generic 70s, slightly progressive.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want...
They're very typical.
Why don't you just listen to Pink Floyd, listen to Yes.
I'm kind of... Pink Floyd is one of those bands where... They're like the Beatles to me, where I get why they have such a high reputation.
but it doesn't.
They were far less consistent than a lot of people like to think. At their best, their stuff was great, but they've got a lot of crap in there too. And I think the same thing about the Beatles. And I don't dislike the Beatles. I just think people kind of ignore the fact that, like, for example, a lot of the White Album is shit.
Yeah. Really? Because that's...
And I honestly think that a lot of Dark Side of the Moon is kind of meh to me. Although songs like Time are amazing, but then you have stuff like Bright in the Sky, which to me is just like fucking annoying caterwauling.
Yeah, personally, I like Wish You Were Here better.
Wish You Were Here was my that's a good song.
Although
the album is killer.
Although I gotta wonder, like, how does anyone get through Crazy Diamond within one sitting?
I mean, I'm great at listening to long music. I mean, I'm a fucking what's it? I mean, I'm like an Allman Brothers band fan, so I'll listen to like the nearly 30-minute long fucking version of Whipping Post from that Former East and the nearly 40-minute long Mountain Jam, which is literally a jam based on a riff.
Oh man, I gotta wonder if you can.
They just do riffing and golf into solos.
I gotta wonder if you can get through Inagata Davida in one sitting.
I can! And they've done that. You know what always makes me laugh is that Simpsons episode with the cold opening where he pranks
Spart switches out all the hymn notes with Davida.
Yeah, that's possibly my favorite opening for an episode of Simpsons. But what makes me laugh is that 17 minutes later, such a full version. But
and the organist is like
a fucking drum solo. So what did they do during the extended drum solo? Oh. Connor, you are right. Twilight is amazing. I am wrong. Sorry, I had ear confused with REO Speedwagon. I apologize. Twilight is an amazing, and the Dark Month 4 animation is one of the best things ever.
Twilight. Oh yeah. Well, still, I think nothing. If we're talking classic rock used in anime, nothing beats Roundabout in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I haven't seen JoJo's, but Roundabout is the only Yes song that I like.
Well, then you'll love it because they use Roundabout for the ending theme.
Yeah, JoJo's is one of those ones I meant to get to forever, but I just like motivation a little bit, and it's long.
Yeah, well, you can at least start with the first one, which is like only 9 episodes long.
Yeah. I'll get to it one day. I have a backlog of hundreds of shows, movies, anime, etc. to get to. It's hundreds of
so much
titles long.
So much stuff, so little time.
Where's my fucking external hard drive? I have a bunch of shit that I need to get to one day. See how many minutes of anime I have on this thing.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Most of it is stuff too, by the way. Like, I have even some stuff from the 70s in there. Not all of it's stuff I haven't seen, but most of it is stuff that I need to get to.
Oh, 70s anime. Someone's going hardcore.
Oh, mate, I'm a big fan of old anime, but 80s especially. But I've seen some 70s stuff. Oh, for the 80s, this is what I love. That's
really about the good stuff from the 70s was stuff like Battleship Yamato and Space Adventure Cobra.
I've seen the first season of Yank. I like to see the rest of it. Let's see, how big is my... Okay, here we go.
I saw Battleship Yamato the first season when I was like 10 years old. My uncle had the DVDs. And it was like the dub version that was called Star Blazers.
Dude, want to guess how many gigs my anime folder is?
Let me think. Is it like several hundred?
Yeah. 698 gigs. Let's see what I've got the Blackjack OAV, I've got the Giant Robo OAV, which I've seen and everything. I've got Pastor Gallant, Pat Labor DVD, Roast Bombs.
Of course, you have the Pat Labor DVD.
The Galforce OAVs, I'm an okay, the show, Princess okay, it's a thing, Area 88, Monster, Usagi Drop, Captain Hard the TV series, Galaxy Express 39 TV. Short City, which is awesome. I'm sure the Yamato stuff, all companies speaking Lesnar, I'm going Buddha.
Wait, did I hear On My Buddha? I didn't hear On My Buddha, did I?
What? Oh, I have the On My Goddess OAV that people like.
That's what I heard. That's what I was just like wondering, why would you have On My Buddha unless you let your...
I watched On My Buddha out of morbid curiosity, and by that point I'd seen so many things that were worse that it barely fazed me.
Oh my god. Oh man.
I watched... Dude, you wanna know some of the shit that I watched in fucking high school?
Oh man, please don't tell me you saw Boku no Pico.
That's in my studio! Yes, Boku no Pico! I saw that in high school! I had a group of people coming in and we'd all sing and then we made jokes and that was that. I was watching up to that and I was watching up to Boku no Pico!
Oh man, you want to? Oh, man. I can remember back when Hardy used to do did reviews. I mean, like I can remember when he got around to Abba Buddha. Oh my god, he was pissed. Like he had to drive.
Yeah, he was one I watched it. I was like, oh come on, and I was like, okay, there's that dad, but I've just seen this. Like, it's that's what I sent him. Have you seen that? That's like Kira Matsu, the guy who did Nigima and it's by him and it's so painfully bad and Violence Jack.
Oh, Violence Jack.
Violence Jack is for Violence Jack you got okay, it's not that bad because people think of the first OAV, which is ridiculous and hilarious. The second OAV was made a different thing and it was really mean-spirited and has some really horrible stuff in it, like,
yeah. It's just misanthropic.
One of the games, they grab a woman and her husband, sorry, a woman and her boyfriend, and they chainsaw the guy's head off, then make her make out with his head.
Oh my god, it's just like...
And one of the gang members, he has a tranny girlfriend, and she gets killed, so one of the gang leaders, and so what does he do? He fucking fucks her corpse and eats it! And starts talking about how he can feel her inside of him, how he loves her so much!
It's like... just... and the most fucked up part of that is... that shit was directed by the same guy who did Full Metal Alchemist.
No, he did Angel Cop. Angel Cop was the manga video holy shit sucked thing that he did.
But yeah, I mean, just like
I
also think he what was that other one? Genocyber. I think he also did that one too.
Yes, he did Genocyber. He was a nut job. And his nut
how do you go from Angel Cop and Genocyber to Full Metal Alchemist is what I'm wondering.
I don't know, but his insanity, his like Iraq War commentary and all that shit was what made what makes the original Full Metal Alchemist anime so much better to me than the manga or Brotherhood. I'm not a fan of the manga or Brotherhood. Their fighting shonen stuff of the original anime was like the darkness and the stuff that did differently.
Yeah. I'll give the original that much. It was way better at getting you in the feels. It
was better at the pace, it was better tonally, it was better characterized. In my opinion, it was better thematically.
Although I think the ending
in my opinion.
I think though you could say the ending kind of pushed the bed a little.
I love the ending, unless we're talking about the movie, which I don't like the movie, controversial about it, but the ending, because I thought to the show alone is thematically perfect, and I love that. But because I still remember being about 15, I think, and watching it and getting to Night of the Chimera's Cried, sorry. You know, the big Wham episode, the first one, with Nina.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yep, that's just, that makes it just...
Wait, don't, the timing, it was fucking Christmas Eve when I watched it.
Oh my god.
And I just had to stop it. I just went, stop, got up, wandered around my room, and was just like... I was in shock. It actually put me in shock that episode. Not many things have done. Although the other main anime that had that sort of effect on me was Perfect Blue, and that movie is like the most disturbing movie ever.
I've heard it's sort of compared to Black Swan.
I've not seen Black Swan.
I've seen Black Swan, and let me put it this way: that's not a movie you see with your parents.
Perfect Blue actually managed to make an upbeat J-pop song terrifying.
Well, then again, we live in a world where anytime anyone hears "Stuck in the Middle with You," they're thinking of Michael Madsen slicing a guy's ear off.
I need to see the last. I haven't seen that, but I've seen that scene.
Yeah.
Again.
And then, of course, a lot of people will hear... And then, of course, once you've seen American Psycho, you will never... You can't see you can't listen to hip.
Do you like hearing the news?
Yes, that's the problem. Once you've seen American Psycho, you cannot hear hip to be square without thinking Christian Bale going full psycho and taking an axe to a guy.
My favorite line from that scene, though, is, "Are you wearing a fucking raincoat?"
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I am. I will be back in a minute again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So while Sam is AFK, let's do stuff. Yes, FMA Brotherhood does have an ending. Well, it sort of depends on how you define an ending. I mean, like, you can sort of have an end. Sort of depends on how you define ending. Like, there's open-ended, which allows you to draw your own conclusions, and then there's endings that give you closure. It kind of depends on what you want. Anyway.
Guys, are we audible properly, or do we still sound like shit? Guys in the chat,
Yeah, tell us, do we sound okay, or do we sound like a bunch of amateurs who have no business streaming?
I can tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay, it's relative, by the way. Have you ever read American Psycho, by the way? Have you ever read the book version?
No, I have not, though. I remember... I watched a Christian Bale interview when he was talking about it, and he said, like, there was... Like, the movie sort of got flack from fans of the book who think it wasn't dark enough, but he's saying, like, all the darkness it's in the atmosphere. No, wait, not dark enough, violent enough. He said, it's all in the atmosphere and in the humor and all that.
Yeah.
I do not sound... And that's a terrible Christian Bale impression. I'm well aware that sounds like some cross between Australian and Cockney.
Yeah, that was awful. Okay, certainly I still sound like shit.
Yeah. That sounds okay.
Yeah, but I have read the book. I read the book after the movie. The book is pretty much unaffordable, and the fact that they made a movie out of it is impressive. The book is amazing, and it's much more disturbing. But yeah, like, it eats the brains of a hooker at one point.
Oh my god, there's no way. There's no way you could film that. Well, you could.
That's nothing compared to the scene where he has to hook her, ties her down, rubs like peanut butter inside of a vagina, gets a rat to run up in it, staples it shut, and then the rat eats its way out of his stomach.
Oh my god. Yeah, like, you want to? There's another book that also got a movie. You ever heard of Naked Lunch?
I've heard of it. I've never seen or read it.
Okay, well, Naked Lunch. It was made by William S. Burroughs. He was part of the Beat generation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like the whole book, everyone pretty much thought the book was unfilmable, and to be honest, it kind of is because it's not structured traditionally. Let's put it that way. Like you got to remember, like William S. Burroughs, he's a big advocate for drug use.
Well, and that comes out.
So the book is like it feels very hazy. It feels very scattered. It feels like you're on drug. Reading it makes you feel like you're on drugs, basically.
Right.
And people,
one of the reasons oh, sorry.
But as for the film version, well, here's what's interesting. They got David Cronenberg to make it, and the short version, he didn't straight adapt it. He turned it more into he turned it into this weird autobiography for William S. Burroughs.
Right. One of the main reasons American Psycho was deemed unfilmable is because large chunks sort of baked into a monologue where he's like taking very specific notes of what everyone's wearing and what everyone has and all that. And it's kind of dry and boring, but because it's his mindset, it's just his mind, he's noticing all these things because he's so consumerist. And so
it makes sense thematically.
Yeah, it works for some people. It's too much and it's boring. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like,
but it's your mileage may vary.
Yeah, I mean that's his character. Like Patrick Bateman, the guy's all surface. There's nothing underneath him. There's no.
And that's the thing, is the movie got the characters so right, and Christian Bale played that so well.
Well, Christian Bale's a hell of an actor.
Yeah, I have a funny story related to that movie actually. So back in high school, in my classical studies class, I used to sit at the back with a friend of mine, and we used to talk all about movies and stuff during class, and we were talking about American Psycho, and fun fact about making of it, which was when the shower scene where Christian Bale's in the shower, and I said every woman on set supposedly showed up to watch that scene. And he said, and this took me badly, that they all showed up for a threesome.
Oh my. Oh boy.
Dude in the row slightly above us, so we're here. That row's kind of there. And the guy there turned around and was like, you did? It's like, yes. And then we all just start laughing. Teacher just glares at us. What are you laughing at? We dodged a bullet there, but she didn't hear that.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They opened up to the threesome, out of context, because the dude who did that didn't hear the context. So in the middle of a classical studies class, the teacher is the most boring teacher ever, and just hearing randomly did they all show up for the threesome.
Oh my god. Oh man, I remember. Ah, boy. You ever seen or read Fight Club?
Yes. Oh wait, I think I know what might be my sound problem.
Oh really?
Apparently it's using the default mic, not the mic in my.
It's your computer's microphone.
Yeah, I set it up to use this one, but reason it doesn't seem to be. No? What the fuck? It is saying that it is doing that. No, the saying that it's using the right one, so it's... do I sound any better now?
Not really.
No, okay, what happens if I hang up and then join again? Oh wait, I start the call.
Yep.
Shall we? Maybe we should just restart everything because someone and it might be fixed that way.
It's worth giving a shot, I guess. All right.
Okay, we will be back.
Yep. Don't go get some popcorn or something. All right. Let's see. Okay, so let's. Oh, I'm still here. Maybe you should start the call this time. Might fix it. Okay, I will. Call. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see if I know it. Let's see. I got this. Where's the invite? Google Hangout. Google Hangouts. Like I said. Fuck back. Okay. Pick up, Sam. Sam, pick up. What the? That's weird. Alright, are we coming through?
I'm here. Sorry, I was a bit slow on that one.
Alright.
Am I sounding any less terrible this time?
Okay, how do we sound now? We sound better. Sound better this time, actually.
Okay. I was slow to pick up on that one because I was fucking with my, yeah.
It happens.
Oh, what was that? Fucking distortion. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was my computer. It made does that thing when I click. You know when it does that thing, click on something or try to, and it gives you that alert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds better on my end, at least. Now, if we could just...
Yeah, you sound a bit clearer too.
Now, if we could just figure out how to actually make live stream work.
Yeah. You sound clearer to me as well, so it might just be My internet connection might have been fucky or something.
I like it. Do you guys get Xfinity out in New Zealand?
Oh, yeah. We have, like, Telecom, which is now Spark, and Vodafone, and a few subsidiaries of them, and a few other things.
So, in other words, Comcast is not available in New Zealand.
No. For us, no Comcast.
I'm trying to decide if
that was sarcasm.
I am trying to decide if that's good or bad for you because, I mean, Comcast they have a good product, but they have their service is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too. I'm still not hearing from the chat if I sound any better.
Well, if you sound better on my end, maybe everyone's just being slow on.
Who knows?
Who's ready? Connor says, "Who's ready for Final Fantasy 15?" I'm not.
I'm not. That would require me to own a fucking PS4.
That would require me to actually care about Final Fantasy.
Well, also Square kind of shat the bed. I've never finished a Final Fantasy game except for 13. And I hated 13.
Oh boy.
I've meant to finish. Here's my defense, is I'm terrible at finishing games or shows because I have trouble with motivation, so I get really into something a day or two, or watch it for a day or two because life gets in the way, and then I lose the motivation, and I just can't bother. Even if I love it. So, like, I've started Final Fantasy 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, multiple times. 12. Yeah, 12. And I've just never finished them. Just never been able to finish them. Due to that, I'm terrible with games.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Well, like I said, being ready for Final Fantasy 15 would require me to actually care about it in the first place, and I don't. I have not cared about Final Fantasy, like, I can't remember the last time I actually did care about it. Well, I remember when I was 17. I remember when I was 17, I had this whole phase where I was kind of into 7, and then I just kind of fell out of it because, Cloud's a bitch and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Then again, I was really weird. I was going through a whole different new thing every other month or so when I was 17. Yeah.
Final Fantasy, I know some Final Fantasy obsessives. I'm not really.
They're the worst. Actually, no, I take that back. There's a worse fandom than the Final Fantasy fans. It's the Steven Universe fans. They're the worst. Yeah, you cross a Steven Universe fan at your own peril.
I like Steven Universe, and I will say the fandom is the worst. Although I'm well behind on the show because of the motivation issue.
Yeah, well, I checked out the latest episode just to see what was going on, and they actually went here. Well, here's the thing. Randy flies in, and he's not exactly pleased to find out that a bunch of alien gem chicks from outer space have been schooled in his barn, and he's like, I don't want these gem-wearing illegal alien hippies in my property. I'll listen to your radio. And I'm thinking, oh god, they're actually going there.
They went there. Oh. Okay, so up to the point where I got to, the show's progressivism never got obnoxious.
Now they're kind of fucking Republican.
It sounds like they did there.
Now they make a freaking conservative straw man who's just there to get proven.
It's just that one episode where they did that. Oh god, I need to catch up because that show does a lot right, but I just motivation shit.
And then I went to check out videos of that episode on YouTube just to see, and try and guess what they. Let me put it this way: the fans, they reacted to it the way you think they did. Just
they loved it.
More like they're saying, Andy sounds like a Trump supporter. Oh, aren't I so clever?
Okay, but do they not realise?
No, they don't. They don't.
That episode would have been made well before Trump got in.
They don't. Like I said, they don't realize fucking shit, man. Cause they're fucking SJWs. They don't. They just think they're the fucking cleverest when they start comparing every right-winger out there to a Trump supporter. And not even a real Trump supporter, it's a caricature of a Trump supporter.
Yeah, the whole redneck caricature just it's old.
Okay, bye, Connor. He says I'm out.
He's fucked off, is he?
Yeah, he said I'm out of here.
Do we have we have we're still watching. But shit, it probably counts me.
It can't. It's me. Yeah, it is probably counting you. It is probably counting you.
I posted it on Facebook, so anyone.
Yeah, I put it up. I posted it on Facebook too. But yeah, I really gotta figure out how to do the camera thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll post it on Twitter too, even though I have fuck all followers and I don't even care. Social media is for
Dude, Twitter's about to be a Gab is where it's gonna be at.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll post it on all my social media, but I don't think this stream would go in with Tumblr. I did have a Tumblr, mostly for fandom shit. Oh god, do you want to know the worst thing? My dash the other day on Tumblr.
Please tell me. I gotta hear this.
A blog I follow. One I follow because it's a musical theatre fandom blog, and I like musical theatre. It turns out they also ship SpongeBob and Squidward, and Squidward gay porn came up on my dash.
Oh my god, what does that have to do with musical theater? Someone tell me.
I guess they're a multi-fandom blog, but they mostly post about musical theater, so I was fooled.
You were fooled.
No, I saw a bunch of it. A bunch of it came up on my dash that day, and it was just like, Sorry, I unfollowed them, but yeah, that was horrifying. SpongeBob and Squidward gay porn.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, best idea that has gone horribly wrong.
Hey Deante. Shit, because we never got an answer out of the chat as to whether I sound good or not after we restarted stuff. Deante, do I sound okay? Because I was glitchy as fuck earlier. But yeah, DeviantArt, the reason it's one of the worst sites is because of the people on it. Same with Tumblr, it's not a terrible site, it's the people on it that are awful.
I mean, like, I used to have a DeviantArt back in the day, but all the fetish art just made me sour on it, and I'm just wondering, why am I here? I'm leaving this. Close that account.
Speaking of creepy shit, do you want to know? You know how I discovered that incest shipping was a thing?
Oh God.
So do you remember? Were you a Digimon fan?
Kinda, sorta. Really, I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh kid growing up.
Yeah, I was a Digimon kid. Did you ever watch Frontier, the 4th season?
I think I only watched like the first show.
Okay, well, in that one, there were two characters who ended up being brothers. And, so this is how I got into fanfiction, was reading Digimon Frontier fanfiction when I was, I'm just going to look up when it came out to get the, but one of the fics I came up with, found, I didn't come up with it, I didn't write it or anything, but one of the ones I found, shipped the two brothers.
Oh man, George.
I'm looking for in front.
Eat your heart out, George R.R. Martin.
I'm looking for when it came out because then I can do the maths for how old I was at the time, but I wasn't even 10. I was oh, sorry.
Jar Jar Binks. What the fuck are you saying about Jar Jar Binks, Connor? Please don't tell
Jar Jar Binks is the worst thing.
I think.
At least one of them.
I think it might have something to do with your laugh.
My laugh is over the top. Okay. Yeah, so I would have been.
It's just
like 8 or not 8. I would have been about 8.
Oh my! Holy shit!
When I accidentally happened upon incest Digimon fanfiction.
Oh my god!
Punch who? Jar Jar, me, or Brett?
I think he wants me to punch you. How can I? I can't see my computer screen.
Yeah, I punched you. Someone has punched someone.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah,
I mean, I can, if Connor wants, I can do a Jar Jar impression.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
Misa Jar Jar Binks! I didn't say it was a good one, mind you.
Okay, I actually had a period where I sort of checked out, where I checked out fanfiction. It was a morbid curiosity. It's kind of.
I like fanfiction, but you do have to be really careful. You have to figure out how to discern the shit from the good.
Which is like, wow, talk about an exercise in futility. It's like, I think.
Digimon fanfics? No, there are not good Digimon fanfics, Connor. But there are good fanfics out there.
Yeah.
For other things.
I don't know. Finding good fanfics for me, I mean, like, it sounds like Sisyphus has an easier time pushing that rock up the hill.
It entirely depends on the fandom and on the sites you're looking at.
Okay, so basically don't look on fanfic.net.
Yeah, Archive of Our Own is much better for it than fanfic.net. Fanfic.net has some good stuff, but again, you're best looking at, like, Asian lists that people make, because they do the hard work for you, but...
I'm kind of noticing, like... So, I don't know if this is just me. I mean, I don't know if this is me seeing a pattern where there isn't one, but it almost seems like almost 9 times out of 10, the fanfic writers are chicks.
No, probably about 8 times out of 10 they're chicks, and a lot of them are sort of early to mid-teens. Maybe about 60% of them are in their teens and girls.
In other words, a bunch of girls who have no business writing.
Yeah, for the most part. A friend of mine used to write, she's like 40, and in the early 2000s she used to write Inuyasha fic to fuck with fangirls. And it was like really fucked up, insane, like, incest shippy stuff that she wrote to fuck with them, and they loved it. They didn't even realize that she was trolling them and taking the piss out of them. They loved it.
It's incest fic about the only parents you can really get out of that are
Inuyasha and his brother.
Incestual.
It was Inuyasha and his brother.
No wait, no wait. I take that back. There's also Sango and her brother, but that's.
I could never really get into Inuyasha.
I watched it, but only because it was on. It wasn't.
The manga was okay for a few volumes, then it ran out of ideas. I'm more of a fan of Rumiko Takahashi-wise. I'm a Maison Ikoku fan. That show is amazing, but a lot of her things ran out of steam. Shinji X-Ray is just a weird ship, man.
Yeah, it's...
No, I do have an Evangelion ship, and it's a fucked up one, and I know it's fucked up, and the reason I ship it is because I think it would be interesting. Not because I think they would work together.
Please don't tell me...
Do you want to guess who it is?
Please don't tell me it's Shinji X... what's her name? The chick that dragged him into all that shit in the first place. What was her name?
No, because Asuka is the reason Shinji ends up as fucked up as he is. He starts to progress and then she comes in and fucks it all up. No, Shinji and Misato would be an interesting thing. And it would end badly, but it would be interesting.
Misato, that was it.
Huh? Oh, that's who you're thinking about. But the reason is because it would be interesting, not because it would work. And I have read fic of it where it goes to really dark places with it, and it works. But it's fucked up, and it acknowledges that it's fucked up. And the thing with Evangelion is, I just want Evangelion to be as fucked up as possible. And to me, even the original show never got as fucked up as people said it did.
Yeah. By the way, Connor, Mikasa X doesn't work because they're not technically related.
I don't even remember who Mikasa and Eren are.
Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay, I've not seen Attack on Titan.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. Let me put it this way: it's not incest because Mikasa is adopted.
Right. Shit, what have I done? Now we're discussing incest fan fiction.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we haven't gotten into Game of Thrones territory yet.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Oh man, yeah. I gave up on the show after last year when it shat the bed. I'm just waiting for the next book. I'm sticking to the books now.
Yeah, well, I think
if the next book ever happens.
Yeah, I think George R. R. Martin is more interested in denouncing Trump than finishing the book.
Yeah. And before that, it was denouncing Vox Day.
Is it? Oh yeah, Vox Day. Hey, at least Vicky was the last good writer to actually win a Hugo Award.
I've never read any of his stuff, but at least his fiction. But yeah, I've read some of his articles and stuff. He's interesting. I disagree with him on a fair bit, but he's interesting.
Yeah.
No, George R. R. Martin, he's a bit of a victim of his own success. I don't mean that, and I don't think A Feast for Crows or A Dance with Dragons were bad books, or even weaker than the rest. A Feast for Crows is actually my favourite book in the series, but he's become a victim of his own success in that he
can't live up to the hype.
He can more or less do whatever he wants, and that includes take forever to finish a book. And no one's gonna tell him no. And don't get me wrong, I fully expect when he finishes the series for it to be consistently great. Because of his success, he's going to take forever for it.
I was thinking more along the lines like now that Game of Thrones is such a hit, it's going to be a case where the hype is going to be so high there's just no possible way he could live up to it.
It could be that said, I've managed to not hype it in my mind. In my mind, it is one of the best book series out there. The books, not so much the show, but worse, and it's not perfect, and everything's flawed, right? But if you do have the "this is the best thing ever" mentality, well, nothing can live up to it. We were talking about Led Zeppelin earlier, and how I'm like, I don't love them. I respect them more than I love them. No band could be as good as most people say Led Zeppelin are. You know?
Then you got
a lot of things have that problem.
Yeah, then you got then you got bands like Motorhead, which everyone says Motorhead writes the same songs, dude. Well, guess what? If you actually listen to Motorhead, you find out how good they actually are.
Motorhead is pretty good. What's his name? Fuck. What was the live album of this? Hammersmith.
Yeah, No Sleep Till Hammersmith.
Yeah, that is one of the best live records ever in the history of anything.
Yeah.
And just in general, one of the best rock records ever. That is perfect stuff to just blast if you're on a fucking car trip in the middle of the night. You know, road trip, middle of the night, that record blasted. It would be fucking... I've never done that, but that would be sick. That would be awesome. I don't drive, but yeah.
I'm constantly blasting my... I'm constantly blasting my metal on my van stereo. Like, I've been
Connor, sorry. Connor, don't bother watching Game of Thrones. I'd say read the books instead. They have much more to offer, in my opinion.
If you're not a reader,
but that's just my opinion. A lot of people love this shit. Well, and if you're not a reader, then don't bother.
I was gonna say if you're not a reader, go track down the audiobooks.
Oh yeah, because they're pretty good audiobooks. Yeah.
Like what? Do they like have a different voice? Do they actually have a different voice for every character?
No, but Roy Dotrice, who read them, was going to play, oh fuck, what Maester was it? The main Maester in the series. He was going to play that in the show, but he was sick and couldn't. He had got cancer or something like that. Something happened. And he does a good job of reading them. Yeah. He was going to play Maester Lewin originally. He was who Martin wanted. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, Connor, I mean... even the books might not be a thing. Don't bother with it if it doesn't sound like your kind of thing, Connor. That's my rule, is if something really doesn't sound like my kind of thing, I just don't bother, because I have enough trouble with motivation to watch, read, play the stuff that does appeal to me, let alone to try and do the ones that don't, but that I keep hearing I should.
Yeah. Or was I mean, like, the metal I've been playing on my...
Rustin Metal in the band.
Yeah, the stuff I've been playing on my... Now, my van, it's a... train of thought... Back on track. Okay.
Sorry.
I've been cycling through... I've been cycling through, like, a lot of different bands. Like, for a while, I was going through Wasp. Then I went through, I think...
Right.
And for a while, I think I went through Accept, which is excellent. Both,
Oh, yeah.
You gotta listen to Accept.
Both... Mine really loved both of them. I never really listened to Wasp. I heard a bit of Accept. They were fine, not my thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Then I was... What did I have on before that? Okay, all I can think of right now is that right now I'm getting through Iron Maiden. I get...
Nice.
Going through all my Maiden albums in chronological order. Right now I'm on Fear of the...
Nice.
Yeah, right now I'm on Fear of the Dark, and after that is Brave New World.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what album it is, but one of the albums, it's one of the new ones, but it didn't get enough credit, I reckon.
Was it...
With, the one with When the Wind Blows.
Final Frontier,
really? Yeah, okay. I like that album.
I'm gonna tell you, Sam, I'm gonna tell you, you better not watch Razorfist's video on Iron Maiden, because he has no kind words to say about the Final Frontier.
I like that album. I didn't realize so many people didn't like it till recently, but I like it.
Yeah, well, although, actually, pretty much everything after Brave New World, he doesn't have a lot to say. He doesn't have a lot of good things to say about.
Right.
Oh, I mean, with Dan...
I still haven't heard their latest, which I've heard was pretty good, but I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, Book of Soul. Well, Book of Souls. I mean, like, it's better. Not as good as they used to be, but it's at least telling you they're moving in the right direction. And actually, it's kind of... I actually checked out Empire of the Clouds, and it was amazing. I actually got through that song in one sitting. It's like 20 minutes long.
Nice.
But actually, what's really interesting about it what's really interesting about Empire of the Clouds is the subject matter. It's about this British airship disaster.
Oh, okay.
Don't care I am not excited for episode 8 of Star Wars, Connor. In fact, I am completely soured on Star Wars right now. I'm not excited for Rogue One. I saw Force Awakens, and I'm just kind of done.
I'm the opposite. I loved Force Awakening. I'm looking forward to episode 8. I'm hoping they do it a bit more differently. Like, because episode 7 I liked it, but I hope episode 8 the original trilogy as much as episode 7 did. Rogue Force, whatever it's called, looks like a really fun movie.
Yeah, but it's like
I'm gonna watch it.
I don't know.
It looks cool.
I don't know. I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't really feel. I just saw I'll admit, I went completely off the trailers, which left me completely cold. I just did not feel anything from them. It's like,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought I was not going to like episode 7 at all, because at that point, the original trilogy, well, most things are better than Avatar, Connor. Avatar was really shitty over...
Better than Avatar is kind of faint praise when you get right down to brass tacks.
Yeah. Avatar is one of the best-selling movies ever, and it has made absolutely no impact on the public consciousness. That says it all, really. But, yeah, so Star Wars, for me, the original trilogy was a huge part of my childhood, and then by the time episode 7 came along, I was kind of well and truly over Star Wars. And then I went and saw it with a friend of mine, and it reminded me of everything I loved about Star Wars in the first place, and it felt like an extension of the original trilogy to me, and I loved it. So that's where I'm coming from in my excitement for the future stuff.
That's fair, but yeah, there was this... Sam probably remembers seeing this. On Facebook, I put on this meme that it had the poster for Fantastic Beasts and Star Wars Rogue One, and said, "Are you excited for both of these?" And I put down, you know what? After thinking about it, I'm more excited for Fantastic Beasts because that actually looks kind of interesting to me. I mean,
I am not excited for Fantastic Beasts at all.
Well, I'm not really a Harry Potter fan at all, and I actually kind of dig it. I mean, just the premise. I mean, it's a period piece, and it's. I liked the books. I didn't like the movies. The trailer for Fantastic Beasts or whatever it is looks kind of crappy to me. I'm just kind of not interested in more of that world. I don't think anything else in the Harry Potter world needs to be done. Yeah. My opinion. Oh, then. I gotta show you this there's one video.
Okay.
There was this video I came across about a guy talking about what went wrong with the cursed child. You're gonna love it.
Oh yeah, I've heard really bad things about the cursed child. There is a bootleg out there. Someone has already bootlegged the audio of the play.
Oh boy.
Has already done an audio bootleg of the play.
Wow.
I heard a scene from it, and it really sounded well acted, but really badly written.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's down to the fact that J.K. Rowling didn't really write it.
Didn't write it, yeah. Some people really like it, some people really don't. I don't plan to read it or anything. Like I said, I'm done with that. I will at some point revisit the original books again, but I'm done with new stuff for that setting.
You know, here's something that's interesting. Do you ever think it's possible that considering how much money Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogy made, do you think it's possible someone might actually try to adapt Silmarillion?
I mean, they'd have to be batshit insane, but it might happen.
Yeah, it could. You could probably get films out of it.
Yeah, I don't think Lord of the Rings worked, and I definitely don't think The Hobbit worked. I'm not a fan of those movies. I love the books, but not a fan of the movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know.
But again, they're sort of unfilmable books where any adaptation of them was always going to lack, at least for The Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit could have made a great 2.5 hour, 3 hour action, sort of adventure movie epic in the classic Hollywood vein, but yeah, that didn't happen.
One thing
I'm still pissed that they fucked up. Apparently, by the way, the pronunciations in the movies are all wrong. Apparently, it's not Thorin. Apparently, it's Torine.
Really?
But his death scene, they fucked that up so bad in the movies. Like, they cut up his speech and they changed how he died and where, and it just, ugh.
Yeah,
I hate those movies.
Yeah, because I think I remember, like, at the I'm going with Thorin, it sounds better.
It does.
Yeah, I remember. Thorin sort of died in a bed from wounds.
Yeah, because Bilbo gets knocked out and he gets brought to in the bed afterwards, where Thorin is dying because he wants to make amends.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
and it's very low key.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
And it's a very low key, beautiful, powerful scene. His monologue to Bilbo at the end is one of the most powerful pieces of any book ever, in my opinion, of writing ever.
Yeah, he has this whole epiphany about, like, how he had gotten into this for the wrong reasons, and now he's...
And it's simple. It's simply written, yet it's incredibly poignant. I love The Lord of the Rings too, but, you know, they're both great in different ways. The Lord of the Rings movies, I think, fucked a lot of the best characters over. Like, Faramir. And Theoden and Denethor, they were all really crap in the movies, but in the books they were incredible. And Boromir, even to an extent. But yeah.
And then they sort of upgraded Legolas, gave him a bigger role than he actually had.
Oh yeah, in the Hobbit. Fuck that. He wasn't even in the Hobbit in the book.
I mean, it comes.
They did the.
Toriel. Fucking Toriel.
Fuck Toriel! Fuck that whole fucking thing!
And yeah, Toriel and Kiwi. I mean, like, oh my god. Now it's like, when did this script get taken over by fanfic writers?
Also, they did the going in the barrels. They did that twice. I guess they thought having one of the iconic scenes once isn't enough. We've got to do it again. They love that, right? And they did too much, like, stunt casting, where they had just celebrities in minor roles that it felt like they just had them there because they were famous, like Stephen Fry.
Yeah, I mean, I love Stephen Fry, but...
And he was wrong. The original Lord of the Rings trilogy, for all my problems with those movies, they were reasonably well cast for the most part. The Hobbit movies were not.
Yeah. Well, except... Like
Richard Arthur, he's a great actor, but he wasn't really right for Thorin, for example. But yeah,
I don't know. I think, like, Martin Freeman was a good Bilbo.
I think Martin Freeman is a really bad actor.
Really?
Do you know who played Bilbo in the BBC did in the 80s, a great radio adaptation of The Hobbit? And do you know who played Bilbo?
Okay, tell me.
Ian Holm. No, sorry, Ian Holm, I got it wrong, sorry. Ian Holm played old Bilbo in the original Lord of the Rings, and he played Frodo in the BBC radio adaptations of the Lord of the Rings. And he was a better Frodo than Elijah Wood was.
Wow.
Those radio dramas, if you can track them down, the ones for the Lord of the Rings and for the adaptations.
Knowing YouTube, you probably can.
Oh, I found them easily enough for time, definitely, at least. Oh, and are you a Top Gear fan? Like,
no, but I know.
Back before I find them.
I know this show.
Okay, well, it's kind of irrelevant. But James May, he did this TV show we had this guy taken around, this wino friend, this wine connoisseur guy, taken and try to get him into wine. And the guy who played that was actually back in the day as a trained opera singer. And in the music for the Lord of the Rings radio adaptations, he's the opera singer in some of the music for it.
Wow.
But for those was actually really good, those radio dramas. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. Oh, things that are going to be hard to film.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the Mortal Engines books?
Wait, Mortal Instruments?
Mortal Engines, different book series. Came first,
Okay.
different writer. But
No.
I think it was called the Hungry City Chronicles or Predator Cities in America. It's my favourite book series, and it's getting adapted, and it's going to be really hard to film because the premise of it is post-apocalypse, well, like hundreds of years past the apocalypse, and they've put cities on wheels around and cannibalize other cities for parts.
This sounds...
That's getting turned into a movie.
You know, this sounds like something... Okay, maybe this is all the years of anime talking, but this sounds something that would work better as a Miyazaki movie.
Well, the series would definitely work with animation.
Tell me that doesn't sound like him. Cities on Wheels.
That part does, yeah, but it's very Miyazaki because it's actually pretty dark. It has one of the most morally grey main characters. Well, sorry, yeah, one of the two main characters, Hester Shaw, is basically a sociopath.
I don't know. You want morally grey by Elric.
She ends book 3 by going on a killing spree. And literally, she's shooting people. She runs out of bullets. This is the most good part, or one of them in the tiny fandom. So what does she do? Rider and smashes a guy's over the head to death with it because she runs out of bullets.
If you want morally grey, you gotta check out Elric.
Elric.
Yeah, and
not familiar with it.
Yeah, let me put it this way: the Elric saga is the reason dark fantasy is a thing.
Ooh, then I must read it. Morally grey is cool when right.
Yeah. The thing with Elric is he belongs to this ancient race of, you could say, elf-like people. Well, but instead of being, like Tolkien elves, they're all very high and mighty, smug, and they think they're better than everyone else.
Right. Was Michael Moorcock, was he the writer?
Yes, it's Michael Moorcock. Yes.
Alright, yeah, no, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Elric of Melnibone.
Yeah, Elric of Melnibone, yeah, and Elric, he's the emperor of these people, of a kingdom of these people, and he's down to this sword that feeds on souls, but it also it's both his best weapon, but let me put it this way: this sword cuts both ways. It's as much a danger to him as it is to other people, and it looks and sounds very pulp fantasy, which is cool. Yeah.
Well, and also, given when it started in the 60s, I'm guessing this was one of the series that had some influence on the D&D creators, because pulp fantasy was their big influences.
It probably would. Now, the thing, because there's like a lot of stuff with all these elder gods that are like very amoral.
Yeah. What do I know influenced them? I know on the, what's its name?
Obviously Lord of the Rings influenced
the Grey Mouse. The Grey Mouse and stuff with the, what's his name? I have a book also of his somewhere. But, I can't see them.
Well, D&D was an influence. I mean, only a fool could not see it.
D&D's been influenced by some... I'm a big old like the old editions of D&D, I don't like the newer ones. Gynax, not Gynax, what the fuck? Gygax!
Yeah, Gary Gygax.
Gary Gygax, all of those guys were all influenced by poetry. Yeah, so from great mass of things, and I think Lovecraft was a bit influence in all of those people.
I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, thinking like Elric, like he's also kind of thinking about Elric, like he's also sort of a slave to one of these gods of chaos, and like I said, the gods in the Elric books, they're very amoral. They don't care about life. They don't care about humans. They don't care about anybody. They only care about they all have their own different agendas, and they want to see them through. And so Elric's always sort of getting caught in the middle of these large, grand plots and conspiracies, and somehow he turns them to work in his favor.
Nice. Oh! I just saw some savagery. Screenshot of Twitter and this girl saying, so which Trump supporter is going to pay for my birth control pills when he decides to strip me of the healthcare that covers it? Someone responded with, earn $15 and buy your own. It's called adulthood.
I think I saw that one.
Oh, these people are ridiculous. Do they not know that you don't have a right to contraception?
Apparently you got a right to everything these days.
Yeah, well, they don't understand the difference between positive and negative rights. Positive rights are bullshit, negative rights are the real ones.
And besides, the only right you've got is the only rights you really have are the rights to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and freedom.
Okay, so evidently the stream actually dropped out for a bit and we didn't notice.
Is that so?
Because I just got a message from Deante saying, "Hey, it's back." Now I know why Connor said, "and it's over."
Is that so? More comments below.
I'll be back in a minute again.
Okay, he's got to go somewhere. Guess I gotta be here to entertain y'all. Alright, let's see if I can pull up the chat and talk to ya. Let's see. Page I'm on must be weird because it stops at it's over. Okay, let's see. Split up live metrics. Live metrics.
Yes, so apparently it was gone for a bit.
What the fuck, Xfinity? You're supposed to be good. I mean, your service is shit, but your products are good. There we go.
It wasn't an internet problem.
Now I see Dean. Hey, Dean, there you are, man.
Son, we are sorry for fucking off. We did not realise that, we did not intend to fuck off or anything.
Yeah, like I said, guys, just
fuck off, we fucked anyway. This is the trial stream. This is the trial stream.
I just want to say,
hopefully the next one will go better.
I just want to say, give me credit that I managed to get it to work at all.
You have credit from me for getting a mostly working stream. And for perfectly working next time, you fucker.
What? Oh yeah.
Streaming ends up.
I don't know. For some reason, I have expected that sentence to end with, do the stream correct next time, you bloody wanker. Although, I gotta remember, wanker, that's more of an English.
Oh, we use wanker, but...
Wanker's more of an English.
Yeah.
Wanker's more of an English.
We say wanker... we say tosser more than wanker.
I'm trying to remember. I mean,
Yeah, bloody tosser.
Isn't that more? Still, isn't that like more of an English thing or an Australian thing?
I mean, we call people cunt more than anything, really.
Yeah, he did. I'm guessing he didn't really carry on most of the old world slang.
Oh, by the way, if a Kiwi ever calls you a good cunt, that's a compliment. That's like the highest compliment from Kiwis.
Oh, I'll remember. That is good.
And hey, if streaming turns out to be too technically difficult,
I plan on trying to upgrade my rig at some point. So maybe we'll get around to it.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. It is. This is awesome. Okay.
I'm in the future if you want to keep doing this.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. I'm having a good time. We want to get a. Oh man, if we want to get a party going, we gotta get Kurt and Diente in this too.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the end, we should have him on another point. Point in the future, the end.
What do you think?
I don't actually think I like it. I used to watch his videos back in the day. Does he still make videos?
I was on a stream with him a few months back.
Not sure if I know him or if I've just seen some of his videos.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually do know him.
Yeah.
Kurt Anderson, right?
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't have him on Facebook or anything. So I don't know him. I used to watch his videos back in the day. Oh, back when everyone was making them consistently. I always thought about it, but I never did. I was probably best.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm best for freeform shit like this.
Yeah, he makes them. Just take his time I'm doing them.
Okay, that's a scarily good Diente impression. The accent was a bit weird, but you got like the timbre and some of the accent right.
You mean, yeah,
I'm better. I think I'm better at freeform shit like streams or podcasts or not that I've ever done a podcast, mind you, but I'm better at just talking than trying to stick to a script or topic.
Yeah, I mean, like when I for my videos, I mean, like I need a bit more structure. I kind of go off just I just have a list of bullet points and go off from that, just so that I at least have my thoughts organized. If I'm doing freeform shit, I have to at least have someone to bounce off of. I'm just gonna sit there with dead silence for a while.
Yeah. Which is why I'm good, because I can never shut the fuck up. We work pretty well together, I reckon.
Exactly. I
could be wrong.
Well, let me put it this way: the fact that you can't shut the fuck up, and I'm actually pretty quick-witted. Actually. Okay. You. Oh yeah. See you, Diente. But yeah.
See you, Diente. Diente. Have fun.
Yeah. What works good is because you can't shut the fuck up. You're constantly giving me material you're able to work with.
Yeah. We're good. We work well together. We got chemistry, I reckon.
Exactly. Fucking A.
Given you're a part-time, I still love her comment. That's just hilarious. Now, say we have chemistry. You're still not my type. Sorry, buddy.
That's cool. From what I understand, most people aren't big on gingers. Although the only part of me that's ginger is my beard.
I like redheads. More redhead girls than redhead guys. Yeah, you guys are fucked when it comes to dark. A friend of mine really loves ginger guys for whatever reason. He's the only person I know.
I was watching a Milo talk at a university.
Oh God.
The thing about gingers is, well, all sort of I mean, us in the UK, we're all sort of conditioned to hate them because of Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah.
But those of you who love gingers, you'll love them intensely.
He's right. The thing is gingers are either hideous or really good looking, and there's very few in between.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Sure.
You're not bad looking. You're neither. You're alright. You're sort of.
Yep. I know. Yeah, I know.
You're sort of a.
I'm comfortable with what I'm.
You're sort of a 7.
I'm comfortable with me, man.
Yeah, you're a 7 or so. You're a 7 or so, which isn't bad. I'd rate me as a 7 too. Neither of us are bad.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. But yeah, this is. But yeah, I mean, like, you want. But yeah, I'm with you on, like, how redheads either look really good looking or really ugly, because Karen Gillan, holy shit, she is hot!
Yeah. Karen Gillan isn't even the ultimate example, in my opinion. We should find you the ultimate example.
Who? Well, okay, I would also say Becky Lynch. I don't blame you if you don't know her. You have to know. You have to know Russ. You have to know Russ to know who Becky Lynch is.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it. This is my number one. Is I'm linking this in the chat. Yeah. Oh, sorry, in the Google Plus chat. I mean.
Yep, I saw it. I saw it, but I was not quick on the draw. There we go.
My number one for attractive redheads.
She is pretty cute. Also Sophie Turner. She's pretty.
Oh yeah, Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner's good looking. Yeah.
Yeah, although she's sort of more like, although she's good looking, but she looks like your younger sister.
Yeah. She does, yeah, I like looking at you. But, like, you're good looking in a totally non-sexual way, Sophie Turner. To me, at least. There are some people who really want to do her.
I don't blame him, just saying, like, to me, she looks like she's... she looks like she's your younger sister. Say with me.
I get the same thing. Dude, I get the same thing. What is the creepiest thing is how popular shipping Sansa with Littlefinger is.
Ugh.
That's a thing!
Actually...
So is shipping her with Sandor.
At least that one you can kind of see. I mean, like, you could maybe...
That one makes sense because there's the unkiss in the books. There's the kiss that she remembers that actually never happened. That suggests that she was interested in him to some degree. And it was kind of her. Like, he's a shit.
Yeah, he's a bastard. He is a cunt. And like,
he's one of the best. He's another character who I think got a bit simplified in the show, but in the books is just incredible.
Yeah. The thing about, but yeah, I mean, like with Sandor and Sansa, I can see it. Like there's an element of unrequited love there. Like
Sandor and Sansa is. I don't really fuck it or anything, but I could see people taking it in interesting directions.
Yeah.
Not healthy ones necessarily, but not all relationships in fiction have to be healthy. They just have to be interesting.
Or in the case of 50 Shades of Grey, completely unhealthy.
And uninteresting.
Now, back on Game of Thrones. I shit you not. There is this girl at my job. She looks just like Maisie Williams.
Oh god. No, and you know who the better looking redhead in that show was, though?
Therese Van Houten.
No, the one who played Rose Leslie.
Oh, I was thinking of Melisandre.
The one who played a great. No, the one who played a great, or whatever her name was. I still think she's really, really pretty.
Yeah, she is pretty.
But the one who played Melisandre, yeah, but I think she's. Yeah, the one who played Melisandre. But the Melisandre, the naked, just ruined Melisandre for me in terms of being attracted to her.
Yeah, where was that? But yeah, like I said, there's this girl at my job. She looks just.
No, I heard.
Looks just.
That's
like,
weird.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I actually showed it. She actually had never heard of Maisie Williams.
Did you show it to her and she's like,
"Oh my god!" Her eyes just go. She's like.
By the way, if she ever has self-esteem issues, tell her, you remember that chick you look just like? A fuck ton of people want to bang her.
I actually tried coming up with an idea to have her do like a photobomb prank, like.
Oh, claim that you're a photobombed by Mason Williams.
Yeah. Just. I would have thought that would have made such an awesome prank, and then if Maisie Williams got wind of it, saying, what are you talking about? I wasn't there. I don't even know what this.
Unlikely she'd ever see that, but it was a hilarious idea.
That would have been funny as hell. Man, you just know 4chan would have a field day with that shit.
Yeah. 4chan had a field day with everything, though.
It's like, praise be to Kek.
Dude, so I think at some point I got added to a group of, like, hardcore, no fun allowed fundamentalist Catholics. And I just stayed in for 2 hours. And I finally, welcome back to the internet, I finally left it earlier today because one of them was taking meme magic and Kek seriously and was going on a rant about it being idolatry and occultism. And I was like, guys, you realize this is ironic and a joke and not seriously? And a few people were like that, but most of them were just dogpiling the people who weren't, and I'm just like, okay, I'm out of here for my sanity. You guys think they're actually worshipping Kek and meme magic. Although, I say that, there was one guy, he's a Daily Stormer guy, a genuine anti-Semite lunatic, who actually is trying to turn it into an esoteric occult religion. Truly praising Kek. I'm serious too. I'm gonna find the article and I'm gonna post it in the stream chat and this chat to it for proof.
This is gonna be the
he calls it esoteric Kekism or something like that.
Okay, Connor, what about One Punch Man?
I've never seen that show.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I hear it's good. It's one of the many I need to see at some point.
Dude, well, I don't envy you with your bucket list.
Hundreds of things long. Look at the fucking search. Kill la Kill. I've never seen Kill la Kill either. Never really appealed to me that much.
Yeah, I only need... Once was enough for me.
Okay, this guy legitimately wrote an article called Esoteric Kekism, or Kek as a bodhisattva of racial enlightenment.
Oh, this should be interesting. Okay, I'm gonna read this just to... I'm gonna do a live reading of this just to see what we can...
Do it. I want to see your reactions. Read it out loud and all too.
Alright, here we go.
Post it. I cannot post it in the chat because they will not let me post web addresses.
So, yeah, you're just gonna have to take our word for this. Alright. Savitri Devi Mukherjee, I think that's how it's pronounced, born Maximine Julia Portaz in France, was a National Socialist writer and activist who lived in India during World War II and took a deep interest in Hinduism as the only extant example of Aryan polytheism. After the war, it's a woman. She went on a pilgrimage pilgrimaging, quotes, through Europe to sites associated with National Socialism, and published her magnum opus, The Lightning and the Sun, a foundational text of esoteric Hitlerism.
That's a phrase, isn't it? Esoteric Hitlerism.
Both presents a syncretic worldview combining National Socialism, anti-humanism, vegetarianism, and a Nietzschean rejection of Christianity, both religious, anti-Judaism, and raci. What the fuck? Oh wait, I know.
Racialism.
And racial anti-Semitism. The notion of the notion of cyclical time found in Dharmic religions and biographies, Mongol warlord Genghis Khan, the Egyptian pharaoh and sun worshipper Akhenaton, and Adolf Hitler. Perhaps most famously, The Lightning and the Sun details the prophecy of Kalki the Destroyer, the final incarnation of the Hindu god Vishnu, who will succeed Hitler and end the Kali Yuga, Dark Age/Age of Gloom. A brief note on the Lightning and the Sun concepts and that of time. Devi describes men in time as lightning. One who embodies lightning does not move against the direction of time and the ongoing decline into a world of violence and suffering, but moves in unison with time in a way approaching perfection. She describes Genghis Khan, for example, not as a man of grand ideological principles, but one who merely acted in the interest of himself and his kinsmen, and did so with the utmost power and application of that power. Men above time, who embody the sun, are those who transcend the conditions of the Dark Age and hold to a truth that is independent of time. Devi considers Akhenaton, the pharaoh of Egypt, who attempted to start a new cult of monotheistic sun worship, to be the most salient example of sun. She sees his sun worship as something that is scientifically and metaphysically accurate, and therefore truth, because the sun is the source of all energy on Earth, and therefore life itself. The religious revolution of Akhenaton died within a generation or so after him, and he had not lived long enough to cement it, or had been forceful enough in doing so. Finally, Devi considers Hitler a man against time, both lightning and sun, as he had embraced the violent means of the Dark Age and held to an ideology of truth that was against the Dark Age. She describes him as the penultimate avatar of Vishnu, who will be succeeded by someone equally lightning and sun. Hitler was more sun, according to Devi. Historian of the occult Nicholas Godric Clark describes Devi as Hitler's priestess, which is the title of his biography of her and a failure. The accurate description of
Dante, go on, I'm sure he's drinking right now. Dante, it's a pretty long article. Get a drink.
I better get a drink. I'm gonna need beer.
I'm going to too. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, just so you know, this is the price you have to pay for being friends with Sam. He will shitpost you, and you will thank for it. Never watched Guilty Crown, Connor.
What have you got to drink? I've gone with booze. I've gone with the fucking hard stuff.
I should have grabbed.
I mean hard stuff.
Dude, if I'd known I was gonna be doing this, I would have bought some whiskey.
Yeah. Well, this is 53.5% ABV bourbon. This is Baker's.
I wish I had some whiskey right now. No.
I would share, but distance and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so where was I?
Dante, did you get a drink?
We will find out. Okay.
Connor, why do you keep typing random anime and random things into the chat
I don't know.
that have nothing to do with what we're talking?
Yeah, come on. Try and join in on the dude. Try and join in on the conversation. Don't hijack it. All right. So where was I? Oh yeah. Fairly accurate description of her vocation. She essentially wanted to create a version of National Socialism that could be followed during the post-war era to keep the truth in memory, as she saw it, of Hitler alive. This is an extreme challenge on a number of levels in that it entails 1. Conversion to a new religion. 2. Getting members of the post-war population to embrace nationalism, which is reflexively opposed by most. And 3. Hitler being an avatar of Vishnu. I have a better idea, and I'm only half joking. While I find Devi's theological national socialism intriguing, I think at our stage of the Kali Yuga, which according to her has been ongoing through all of recorded history, we need to adopt an approach which is appropriate to the times we live in and the attitudes of our people and culture. That is to say, I think something like Vishnu Hitler is just too esoteric for any kind of mass consumption and is best left as a hermetic thing. The interest in the dark religions, however, I think is something worth pursuing, for reasons similar to hers. They are directly descended from ancient Aryan faiths, they've resisted the encroachment of Abrahamic monotheism, and 3. Are present in extant national countries such as Japan and India. Hinduism's big in Japan. Oh no. I have to look that up. I need to look that up. That's interesting. I mean, I know like Japan kind of has like a has like an ancient pantheistic sort of thing with like a show, I think. Yeah. Yeah, apparently there is a... Sam, I think you muted your mic.
You're right.
Alright. So,
Here, there we are. Next time we do this, you should have booze ready.
I'm buying some Crown Royal for this next time.
Oh, nice.
And fuck me, this is a long article. No way we're gonna be able to get through this in sitting.
Give up. Read it later on your own time, and
we're not gonna be able to get. We aren't getting through this in one sitting, but we are definitely gonna hold this for the next stream.
Yeah. What we will do, guys, is then we will sum it up for you at the next stream, and we will how insane it is.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Like that. I'm thinking of that Guinness commercial. Brilliant.
I have good ideas sometimes.
Actually, you know what? Whiskey is expensive. I'll just buy some Guinness.
Do that. Anything works. I have a collection from back when I had money. And I don't drink all that often, so.
Yeah, I'm picky about what I drink, and I don't like to do it alone. Drinking's no fun when you're.
I'm fairly picky. I'm fairly picky. I will occasionally have like one drink with food or something in mind, but not that often. It's more fun socially, and I don't drink heavily even socially. But yeah.
Yeah.
Beaver is a pro at drinking alone, aren't you? Aren't you, buddy?
Yep. Never was a pro. Excuse me.
You're fucking computer keeps doing that. Well, Dante. Children. On the call?
No.
No.
I was being weird. I was being weird there.
With what?
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, this actually seems like a good... You know what? This actually does... We've been going for like, fuck me, 2 hours. This is a good cutoff point.
Oh, you're right. Good time.
Yep. Alright, so...
Technical issues like hell.
Alright, so yeah, join us for that next stream where we will talk about the insane conglomeration of National Socialism, Hinduism,
magic, Hinduism, and religion.
Yes, and there will be booze. There will be drunkenness. We will all be we will eat, drink, and be merry. So, yeah. Join us next time. And until then, good night.
Bye. I'm so